Here we go, right on time. Starting this half marathon row. Yeah, baby. All right. So, I'm doing this with no music, no distractions, no anything. And the whole entire goal here is to share my internal narrative on what's happening when I'm rowing this fucking thing, because that's one of my big theories is that when you start doing a difficult task, your internal narrative, the volume gets turned up. Meaning, normally, your internal narrative is like at a 2. And the second something starts to get really hard, that internal narrative jumps up to a level 10 on the volume. And so what that means is, when you're in the midst of a difficult task, then that's how you really talk to yourself, coming to the forefront. And so, especially something like this, where I'm essentially going to be rowing for an hour and 30 minutes, nobody wants to do that. And I've rowed a bunch of 5Ks at the beginning of this month, and then I got wrecked by life, essentially, and we got kicked out of the house and had to move into a new one. So I skipped a bunch of days, and so then I had to make it up with 10K rows. And so that's what kind of gave me the idea to row this half marathon, because I'm doing a 100K challenge for the month of November or December. And I've rowed 80,000 kilometers already. And so I feel like I can row a half marathon. I feel like I'm prepared. But it's going to be hard. The last half marathon I rode was back in 2012. No, 2013. That was kind of at the tail end of the best shape of my life. And it was right after a pretty cataclysmic back injury. And I rode it in an hour and 31 minutes and 31 seconds. I'm trying to maintain about 20 strokes per minute, 210 per 500, around a 6:30 mile pace. I really had to debate on whether or not to listen to music, but I think I wanted to do this crazy, difficult task with no distractions. I just wanted to be present the whole time. Boom, 1,000 down. And my theory around that is people need discomfort to be uncomfortable too. My theory around that is people need discomfort in order to value comfort. And we're way too comfortable nowadays. And so there's a reason why people do crazy difficult things like running long distance, climbing mountains. It's because we're trying to get that savage feeling back. That's why people love survival. But I think the people that don't seek that out, the people that don't do difficult things on purpose. They're the ones that create conflict in their own life, whether it's with their spouse or random people at the grocery store. You've been seeing that a lot lately. Normally, I row, I pay attention to every 250 meters, but since this is a substantially longer distance, I'm going to be paying attention to every 500, and then I'm going to celebrate every 1,000. The reason why I do that is so I can focus on the smaller chunks and not think about the insurmountable task that's ahead of me. Because it's a seemingly insurmountable task if you do it. It's just literally focusing on pulling. Boom, 2K down. It's like focusing on the smaller task is important because a lot of people get overwhelmed. And it's that old saying that I love so much, how to ants eat an elephant, one bite at a time. And so Navy SEALs talk about this all the time. The ones that focus on the task at hand are the ones that make it, and the ones that focus on the enormity of how we don't, they quit almost right away. Because right when it gets hard, they start to focus on the fact that they have 5 more days left instead of just that runner, just that log carrier, whatever they're doing. One pull at a time. Make sure it's nice and strong, powerful. And one foot in front of the other. And keep that pace up. 2019 was really hard too. 2020. Hard to believe it's over. You know, I was saying, like with the road, it's easy to get overwhelmed. But you can't control the pandemic. You can't control how people react. You can't control who wears a mask and who doesn't, who's considerate towards their fellow man and who's not. You can just control you and your actions and how you react to things. It's been really rough. I gained probably 20 pounds. Maybe a little over that. Since I had to close the gym in March. But finally hit a breaking point. You know, it's 263 pounds. And it's only 7 pounds shy of what the heaviest I've ever been. You know, I was eating really good. I was riding my mountain bike a lot. And then we got kicked out of the house. And then I lost all my coping strategies. I just started eating again, so I haven't weighed myself probably a month. But I feel like I didn't completely consume my emotions like I did at the beginning here. So I don't think I gained too much back, but I'm sure I gained a little bit. Another 1K down. It's funny how fleeting that victory is. You know, you just work and work and work, and then that milestone just comes and goes in an instant. And so you have to be really grateful for those milestones, because the rest of the time especially this last year, I'm just really grinding. Just trying to make it to the next day and deal with whatever situation is given to you the next day. See that last 1,000 meters long gone now. 250 meters to go. You can't hold on to that. Let's focus on the next one. You're 250 meters closer to your goal. It's going to be my big task of 2021. Letting go of past events. 2019 wasn't that great either, to be honest with you. And I'm still holding on to some of that bullshit. I mean, you don't need it. I don't need it. Can't do anything about it now. And you couldn't do anything about it then. You just gotta let it go. 500 down. Alright. It's starting to get pretty difficult, so I'm not focusing on the 500s anymore. Focusing on 250 at a time. Boom, 5K down. Get it. See, once again, that milestone's almost already gone. Almost 100 meters to go. Kind of how your life goes. It's really easy to focus on the shit. Because I feel like shitty shit happens more often than good shit. Well, we only focus on the shitty shit. A lot of good shit happened this year. You know? It's all about your narrative. We had 2 cars break down, so we had 2 new cars. And I've only been focusing on, we used to have no car payments. And now, we have 2 car payments. And so, I'm only focusing on the car payment and not the gratitude for having a new car. See, right now, I'm focusing on too far ahead. I'm thinking about how it's going to feel when I break 10K and I'm down into the 9s. But that's 6K away. When it starts to be overwhelming. But when I am focusing on now, so I switch my narrative, is the next 1,000 meters is almost up. I always imagine what it feels like to run this. So right about here, you know, every 250 meters, that's like my distance. I'm a big dude. I can run 250 meters really quick. I'm like a dwarf. Dangerous over short distances. So, I imagine me sprinting this last 200 meters home. Feels good. Boom, 6K down, baby. Once again, the milestone's already gone. Focusing on the task at hand. Boom, starting to get all those endorphins. See how long that lasts. I was hoping my friend would come and hang out with me, but he couldn't make it. That would have been a welcome distraction. That's another thing that I realized at the very beginning of this pandemic, when the government wasn't giving us any advice. They weren't telling people to quit buying toilet paper. They weren't telling us how to be healthy and how to fight this virus. They were just shutting down businesses left and right and tanking the economy. That's what I realized is it's a saying from this clothing company called 30 Seconds Out. And the saying is, nobody's coming. It's up to us. So I realized that I placed this burden on myself to row this half marathon today. I realized that my friend wouldn't be coming. It's up to me to accomplish this task on my own. Nobody's coming to help me. Boom! Another 1K down. Getting there. So what I'm thinking about right now is failure. I released so many programs this year. Not one of them took off. Didn't make money on any of them. But I don't look at it as a failure because I tried. And here we are, 9 months into this shit show, and my business is still here. I'm still thriving. I'm still doing good. So, there's no failure there. And Gary Vaynerchuk says, you haven't failed, you're just early. Got too much down. So, that's how I feel. And like in a task like this, all you gotta do is literally just pull on that rower handle. That's all you gotta do. Focus on the next pull. All that's repeating in my head right now is strong pulls. Boom, another 1,000 down. Boom, another 1,000 down. So right now I'm focusing on the monumental task, staying on pace. Okay, what I'm doing next is coming up with a plan for when I start to lose power. Because that's what I'm relying pretty heavily on right now. The plan is to increase the gym flow to make up for the lack of power. Always have plan B. Boom, that's a wrap on the first 10K of this motherfucker. And with that pull, we are past the halfway mark of this motherfucker. Struggling. Boom. We're in the 4 digits, motherfuckers. Yeah. That gave me a much needed kind of boost. Yeah. Little dopamine hit there. This was the point that I was talking about roughly 5K ago, where I was thinking about getting to this point, and I was like, holy shit, that's a long ways away. So went back to my plan, focusing on biting off 250 meters at a time. And now we're here, baby. Boom. And now I know what this feels like because I've been rowing 10Ks for the last few weeks, and that's exactly where we are right now. So I'm right at the start with my 10K. In fact, with this pull, 250 meters down, get the fuck out of here. 250 meters, yeah, sweating. Man, this is great. Getting past that 10K was just a huge boost for me. God, I feel good. This is that runner's high everybody talks about. This feels like when I ran 4.5 miles on my sister-in-law's birthday. Felt super awesome. Like I could do anything. The one thing I forgot about is this concept that David Goggins talks about called the cookie jar. So all the accomplishments that you've ever done, regardless of how small, go into that cookie jar. And you dig in when you need it. One of my biggest accomplishments from this year was hiking Humphreys, which is the tallest peak in Arizona. And those of you that know me know I don't hike ever. That was my first hike ever. And it sucked so bad. It took 8.5 hours. I remember when I got up to the top of that mountain, I felt like I would have some sense of accomplishment. But all I had was dread, because I realized that I was only the halfway point and I was crushed. I ate a whole sandwich, a whole bag of beef jerky, half a bag of trail mix, 2 protein bars, and it was just like shit. In my pants. I'm only halfway done. But I went down and I focused on one step at a time and just never stopping. Never 1K down, bitches. Get there. The runner high's gone now. We're back to the grind. Right out my window to the right here, I can see Humphreys Peak. So every time I feel like quitting, reach into the cookie jar, look at that mountain, and realize that I conquered that. And it took me 8.5 hours, which is 7 hours longer than this endeavor is going to take. So that means this is nothing. We got fire all day, baby. The fiery crucible in which the robust human is born. Gotta search for that struggle so you can value the things that you're grateful for. So you can value when times are good. So you can value when things feel good. So you can understand how you want to feel. Because 10 years ago, I was fucking unstoppable. And it felt great. It felt like I could do anything. Conquer any workout. Conquer any movement. Conquer anybody. I miss that fucking feeling. And I want to get back there. And the path that I've been on isn't the path that's going to get me there. It's the path that's going to move me away from it. So I need to fucking focus on my shit. Bring that hammer down. Stop giving in to my weaknesses. Sugar, food. Use food for fuel. Don't use it to feel fucking sorry for yourself. It's been a long goddamn year. We've battled a lot of fucking shit. We've come out on fucking top. Regardless of every single obstacle that's been put in our path, we're fucking winning. We're continuing to find ways to win. We conquered this fucking pandemic. There's no end in sight. You gotta conquer yourself now. The biggest thing I've been thinking about for like the last 10 minutes, maybe 15, 20, who fucking knows, is how people share their fears with you and try and embed them in your brain. How they're like telling you, you shouldn't do that, it's too hard. You shouldn't do that, it's too far. You shouldn't do that, there's a pandemic going on. You shouldn't do that because it's scary. I know it's fucking scary. You gotta do shit that's fucking scary. One of the reasons why I started cage fighting is because I was afraid of conflict. I was bullied a majority of my life. Just got divorced. Some fat piece of shit. Smoking, drinking, copious amounts all the time. 1K down, motherfuckers. I didn't like who I was. I wanted to get better. So I chose martial arts as my avenue for that. And the ultimate fear of conflict was overcome the day that I stepped into that cage against a more experienced opponent that outweighed me by 20, 25 pounds. I got mauled in that fight. Didn't even stand a chance. They kept changing rules. No knees, no elbows. Those are my weapons that I was training the whole time. For that whole camp. And they said you can't use them. I made that guy work for it for 2 rounds. He finally got me. That goes in the cookie jar. Energy's rapidly depleting, people. But all I gotta do is run. I'm not gonna do anything else. For the next 30 minutes, all I gotta do is run. Just pull. One pull at a time. One 250 meter increment at a time. Fuck this row, man. I'm gonna win. Fuck this year. I won. This is the time where I want to quit. I'll just look at that mountain. Fucking conquer that. Right now my left blue's barking at me. Doesn't like what we're doing. So we're gonna soldier on. We're an hour down. Means I got fucking 30 minutes left of this shit show. Trying to do math in my head. About how far I have to go. Instead of focusing on my task at hand, which is another 80 meters. Me and the rower. Best fucking friends today. Best fucking friends. Right now I'm playing mind games with myself. I'm like my ass hurts. Telling myself, we'll get up and we have 5K left. Guess what, bitch? I ain't getting up. Keep going. Keep this shit show on the road. So we get up. Wasted time. We're 250 down. This is that point I was talking about a few rows ago where I feel like I'm an imploding star. Everything fucking sucks. My mental brain's going to dark places. My body fucking hurts. Everything fucking sucks. One pull at a time. In between every pull, for 2 to 3 seconds, I want to quit. But then I just pull again. Any distraction is welcomed right now. And nobody's coming. Nobody's coming to save me. It's up to me. And the only person in this fucking gym right now, rowing, without music, in the dark, is me and my fucking thoughts about how I want to quit. But I fucking don't. All I know for sure is that there's water and a Fit Aid at the end of this rainbow. Just over 5K left, motherfuckers. Oh, this is the worst. I remember first time we did this, a lot of people were flipping their screens up so they didn't have to see how far they had to go. But then you don't get the satisfaction of hitting those milestones. Focus on the small. I started focusing on the big number. Got disappointed there for a second. Fuck you. Really 1K. Man, I missed that boost of energy I had 5K ago. That felt really good. Just getting dragged through the rocks right now. Got 5K left. I've done fucking 16 of these this month. I'm good to go. Oh, those rocks are short and jagged. Oh, it's a hard knock life right now. Oh yeah, baby. Each pull was fucking terrible. So I had to look forward to. Fit Aid and water. No trophy. Nobody cares. It's you. We're in 2K territory now, motherfuckers. Oh, I want to quit so bad. It's the worst. This sucks so much ass. Oh, 2K left. Get there. All the demons. They're all here. Barking at me, telling me to quit. They go fuck themselves. I'm here to win. Boom, triple digits, motherfuckers. Eat some shit. I'm eating it all morning. Almost done. Oh, I'm digging deep into the cookie jars right now.